Alright, let's go back. So yeah, this is the season finale. We recorded 15 episodes so far, and it's been
fun, but it's been so much work. Yeah,
it's been a lot of work for sure. But
thanks for everyone who's tuned in regularly. If you're new here, thanks for listening, watching.
And yeah, if you're obviously coming in now, you should try to listen to the previous episodes, and this will be like sort of a wrap-up episode.
Watching all of them.
Watch all 15 hours of us.
Yeah,
you could watch that in a day actually, if you if you really love us that much. Anyway, so I think today we're gonna do a little bit of wrap up, a little bit of telling you guys what our future plans are on this channel and for season 2.
Yeah, you can see the plans.
And also doing a Q&A, just answering a bunch of questions that you guys have asked, and more of an interactive episode where you guys get.
It's gonna be a casual one.
Yeah,
hopefully it's not gonna be long.
Yeah,
just some rapid fire.
Hopefully you guys can get some good information from this as well. And I guess first of all, thank you so much for watching the 15 episodes so far, and we can't wait for more. You
guys can comment below. We'll reply. So if you have any kind of questions and just want to say hi,
or if what you want to see, who you want to see for season 2.
So season 2,
So I think season 2.
We're gonna take a bit of a break after this. I think.
Yes. So definitely maybe early next year is when season 2 will come out.
If you follow us on Instagram, we'll probably announce it on stories and
we'll probably keep it. But in between, before season 2 starts, we'll I think releasing a few YouTube episodes. Not episodes, but YouTube videos. Probably like walking around when we're in LA.
So if you're listening to this podcast, right, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com/5to9podcast.
Yep.
We'll be releasing stuff in between season 1 and 2, which won't be on the podcast, won't be on iTunes or Spotify.
Yep.
Only on YouTube. So
yes. Because it's very visual what we're going to be showing.
Literally videos.
Not only will we be showing, like, walking around asking what people have in their bags, we could also be rating your photos if you send through your account or something.
Are we doing that?
I think so. I think we should do it.
Gotten a lot of requests for that.
Yeah. So like if you later on, we'll give you guys an email address that you can send some of your photos or your Instagram handles to, and we can check out some of your work. And
some people want to have us review their profile and give them tips on how to improve. And
we can definitely do that as well. And then we also plan to release a video.
We're doing a road trip before Adobe Max.
Yes.
Me,
and it's
Demas.
Ichban, Demas, TK_North and Jam Tuna, and we're all from Sydney and we're all traveling for Adobe Max. But a week before Adobe Max, we just decided to do a road trip around Utah.
So it starts from, I'm going to put a map, California, and then all the way back.
California to Utah to New Mexico to Antelope Canyon, Shiprock, all those places. And we're thinking of doing a video where it's like 4 photographers shoot one location and show the different ways people think about a photo or creating content.
Approach a location.
Because each one of us shoots differently, I guess. And think about locations in different ways.
Quite different.
Yeah, I think so. So like, I guess TK is kind of known for his cool time lapses.
Yeah.
Cool time lapses, and also just like his unique sort of colors. He puts a different spin on his colors. So what are you unique for, bro?
Everything. Everything. Just trust me. No, so we're all going to try and outdo each other is the plan. Hopefully our content doesn't turn out like rubbish.
Hopefully.
Do video and stuff as well.
Yeah. We incorporate a lot of Adobe products in it. So, I mean, you probably show off like Lightroom editing styles. I'll probably show off a bit of Photoshop editing style. James will probably do After Effects and all that kind of stuff because he's really into his cinemagraphs and like making cool animations.
Yeah.
And then TK will probably use Premiere for his time lapses.
There has to be a rule. You're not allowed to comp in shit that wasn't taken on the trip.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
If those birds show up in your shot again, I know which birds they are.
I'll find some birds.
Astro shots has to be the same constellations.
Yes, the ones we shoot there. But I think we should get our followers to vote on who got the best one, so that like the prize will come later. So we'll do like a voting system. I think that'd be kind of cool. We'll do it so that like
James's one's gonna turn out kind of cool. I hope it's lame. James.
No, but like, okay.
Tune in, subscribe, watch, all that kind of...
Yeah, there's definitely some exciting stuff coming up, and we hope you guys like it and find it useful.
Give us feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
We've been struggling at the start, especially with like technical stuff and like format and getting guests on. Like, I want to know what you guys think of what's interesting and what you want to see more, what you want to see less of.
Yeah.
If you don't want to see Demas, it's my podcast. Or whatever, but like, you know what I mean. So just give us feedback in the comments if you could, please. So, you guys are listening and participating on this. We want to get you guys involved more too. So through kind of looking at your work and
answering your comments.
If you have any ideas, let us know.
Yeah. Also, for season 2, we've probably already recorded some episodes by now when we're talking about this.
There'll be some international guests.
Yes, so we're probably bringing in some international guests, friends that we've made along the way in LA, and like because Adobe Max, there's a lot of guests coming from everywhere. Yeah. And so we'll probably try to get a few of them to come on the podcast.
Who do you want to see?
Yeah.
Like, by now, you should have some idea, right? So just let us know.
Yeah,
in the comments.
If we don't get them to come in or we don't go to where they are, we'll try to figure out a Skype or some sort of way to get them on remotely. Yeah, so I guess this whole episode is going to be dedicated to answering your questions. Let's just go through the list of questions you guys have asked and try to knock through them one at a time.
This should be a quick episode. All right, go. Skeptravel. Sorry, dude. Don't know how to say your name. Business card or none at all? Do you have time to print? Yeah. No, you do.
I don't.
Huh?
I don't have time to do it.
Like not for your New York trip, but before Adobe Max, you should definitely get it printed. And you need to do it now because it takes like 4 weeks.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it takes like long, depending on
what you do. I
want
to design it though. Like I don't want to...
Well, better than having none.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's still good because it's a networking thing. If you can give them something physical and like, rather than, oh, my name's Ichiban, and like they forget it, they don't know how to spell it. If they have something to kind of hold on to, then
yeah.
Plus, when you go to like events, there's like raffles that you need to put your business card into.
Ah, true. Yeah.
So we went to that Japan tourism board. They did this thing for Gifu.
Oh, yeah.
And we got there, like, can you give us 2 business cards, please? Everyone was like, oh shit.
And TK won, right?
He won like a resort thing.
Oh, wow.
Like through the raffle. So
I think business cards are very important, even though
keep them clean. I've seen some really shitty designs and like
just keep it clean and simple, and like make sure only the necessary information is on there. Do you have an example of your credit?
Of wallets in the car. So sorry guys.
Okay, Shadow_Patil ask, other than Instagram, what other places are there to share my photography work? There's a lot of places that you can share your photography work. Instagram, even Twitter.
I've started doing that. Follow me on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter.
Just me.
But there are like other places like websites, photo competitions.
Yeah, in real life, there's like you can exhibit your photos.
But that's kind of harder to do. But I think trying to get your photos and work out there as much as possible on all different platforms, even on YouTube, like showing the process of how you get a photo sometimes is a really good thing as well. Even though it's a video. Reddit. There's definitely lots of places that you could show your work outside of Instagram. And I think each platform values different things. Sort of like Twitter, it's really good for like little series of photos.
They like series better for and Reddit's Reddit. I don't know how to describe Reddit, but there's definitely other places. Yeah. But the main one, which is easiest to use, which has the biggest audience, is
probably Instagram.
Yeah. For photographers.
Kanan.y asks, vision is so important as a photographer. Have you experienced any eye problems from using the camera plus computer so much? Plus, would you rather be colorblind or have blurry vision?
Would you rather be blind or can't see colors?
Colorblind or blurry vision? Not blind. Like I think I'd rather be...
How about I have both? Colorblind and I need glasses.
You have both? Oh my god.
Wait, so what was the first part? The vision.
Yeah, have you experienced any eye problems from using the camera computer so much?
I don't know if it's like, it's genetics too, right? So deteriorating eyesight comes with genetics and age.
Yes. But I think we both wear glasses.
Asians normally kind of wear glasses.
What's your eye thingy?
2.8 or something?
2.75? I don't think...
Whatever, dude. Yeah, something like...
I think mine's -3 and -2.75. I need my glasses. I can't really do anything.
When you travel, right, you need to bring...
Do you bring a spare?
Because imagine you fucking lost your glasses. Like, imagine like you're looking over a building and it just drops and like, what would you do for the rest of the day? Like,
I sometimes bring a spare. Sometimes I forget.
You have to do.
But like, I also sometimes bring contact lenses just in case.
What would you do for the rest of the day? You have to go home. Like, I'm good.
Can you can...
like, you know when...
You can't even find an optometrist.
You know when you're looking at people, right? They can tell you're not focused on them. Your eyes are like kind of just like a.
But yeah, I think
take care of your eyes.
Yeah, so like
don't look into the sun.
When you're editing a lot, try to take a bit of breaks, like every half an hour or something. Just like walk around or something. Just try and not look at your computer screen as much. It's hard, but like
coming from Demas, guys. This guy's.
Sometimes I get wrapped up in like the edit that like or when I'm editing something or trying to do something that like
everything
I just forget
looks the same. Yeah.
I just forget time. And sometimes it's like, oh wow, 3 hours has passed and it's like, ooh, I should probably sleep. But yeah, obviously, really take care of your eyes. It's super, super important.
Alright, that div tag guy. How do you escape the rut of Instagram likes and graduate to something a little tangible?
Don't think about likes and engagement as much as thinking about putting out good work. I think that's probably the most important thing. And in terms of like tangible, I think Instagram, things only usually last about 24 hours to 48 hours. Like mostly. Like unless
the half-life is shit.
Unless a photo goes completely viral, right?
Even then,
it's most of the time, your photo will only last about 24 to 48 hours. It will only be relevant for that long. In terms of tangible things, YouTube or like other platforms are probably
so this podcast, for example, you can go back and watch and listen to the whole entire kind of season.
Yes.
Yeah, looking back. Instagram's kind of, it's loose like that, I think.
I also find it really hard to search on Instagram. When we're trying to look for stuff for the podcast, for example, but looking back at an episode when we were talking to Nate from Fluff, he spoke about how he did collabs for Woolworths, for example. And so I couldn't find which one it is because like I don't really know.
You don't know what he's talking about.
I can't search Fluff Woolworths. It won't show up. Nothing will show up. So I think that sort of search engine on YouTube actually makes things live longer because you can actually search for stuff.
I think Instagram's only about kind of relevance and now. Because whoever looks past, like if you search in a profile, you'll never look past the user's first 12 photos.
Yes.
How often do you just scroll through their 3,000 photos, whatever?
Yeah.
Stories are only 24 hours. Photos only last 24 hours. And your 12 photos will be like your 4 weeks worth of work.
Yeah. For Instagram, the latest stuff should be your best work.
So that's all your stuff all the time.
It just means that like you should always be trying to top yourself all the time. Obviously, you can't really do that all the time. Try your best to. And then also, so the answer to that question is don't worry about engagement so much. Worry about making good content and focus on improving yourself.
Yeah.
And then the second part of the question is diversifying and try to put more eggs into...
Get out of Instagram.
Yeah. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Try to put your eggs into lots of different baskets.
I was thinking about that this morning, right? Don't worry about the likes. Likes are nothing, right? But likes are immediately correlated to reach.
And algorithm, I guess, as well.
So if your photos are all of a sudden not getting as many likes, that automatically means it's Instagram
reaching less people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's an issue.
Yes. And especially for someone who's trying to grow an account or someone very serious in the industry.
Like I have an audience, but if my likes decrease heavily, then no one's going to see my work. And that's like that's an issue because like what?
That's something we talked about in Elaine's episode where she has the theory about like OGs and So go back and listen to that one if you missed out on that one. But
ultimately, I think Instagram and Facebook's trying to get you to pay to reach your audience, which I don't agree with. But
I think it's sort of also in your power to try to get a really engaged audience. Like for example, Shan has like a very, very engaged audience, and she's built that.
Shout out to Shan,
Yeah, she's built that for years. So like it takes time, and it's up to you to how you want to get a more engaged audience, I guess, and more loyal audience.
Yeah, it's unhealthy to kind of hinge yourself to likes so much, so just don't worry about it too much.
Exactly. Sandy Tom asks, why did you choose photography as a career? I think for me, I didn't choose photography as a career. I chose architecture as a career to begin with, and on the side, just because out of pure luck and hobby, and like
just chance,
that I picked up a camera and started shooting and found out really, really love it, and found that I really love creating things and making things different and all that kind of stuff. And then as I posted on Instagram, there was also a lot of good reactions and positive reactions, and so it kind of made you want to keep going.
You
like
at the beginning, pushed into photography
a little bit.
Yeah.
And then after you realize that you're actually producing good work and people vibe with it, you keep going and you just want to keep pushing it. And
we've spoken about this, like how we started and stuff.
And that's how I think maybe photography chose me rather than I.
Yeah, but that was lame.
Bro, it's true though. I did not choose it.
Huh? Yeah. That's.
It's true.
I'm leaving that part in. Bro.
Yeah, do it. You can like zoom in on your reaction, bro.
And like
what about
as a kid, I never thought I would.
Yeah,
be into photography. That was never a goal.
Exactly.
Definitely Instagram influence. So I bought a camera because it looked cool.
What looked cool? Like the camera looked cool, right?
I just quit my job and I had money. I was like, what should I do?
Yeah.
I like the look of Likers.
I like the look of Likers.
Yeah. So then
tongue twister.
I bought that and never looked back. So I kind of fell into it. But pretty glad I did. And I don't know what I'd be doing.
I think it's also like a generational thing. Like as in when you ask kids these days what they want to be, like it's sort of interesting.
How did photography become cool?
Yeah, it's sort of really, really interesting how like the generations have changed. You know, people want to live the 5 to 9 life now more than, you know.
It's the lifestyle more than the actual job itself. Because imagine like I think shooting weddings isn't that sexy or like alluring.
Yeah.
Whereas like traveling for free, getting paid, getting free stuff,
I think it's all, society as well has made like living the 5 to 9 a lot more desirable these days than, so people want to become influencers or YouTubers. Like I think when you think about that, you should have a talent with it, not just...
Looking good as a talent.
Yeah, I guess it is true, yes. But I guess we're talking about the lifestyle people. They need to work out. They need to kind of keep that appearance up. And like, of course.
There's so much cattiness in like the whole industry that like I'm glad I don't do it.
Definitely a lot more competition in that sort of end.
Backstabbing and
I think
you hear the stories. It's just not.
I've never been involved in any of it, but like
all the
I've heard of a couple, but like not really. Like I don't want to be involved as well.
Next episode we're gonna name name names. All right, next go. Sarah Mazake.
What?
Who's that? Go. What's her name? Sarah
Mazuki.
Yeah.
She's Indo. That's an Indo name.
She's asking a lot of dumb questions these days, but you should go study Sarah. But do you think there will be another photography platform that will overtake soon? TikTok.
It's not a photography platform, it's a video platform.
I've seen people like, you see Jacob and that kind of stuff on, so they do like a few stories.
Yeah.
It's of them shooting and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to like, just like slideshow of their phones.
Okay.
I don't like that shit.
But as in we've been posting a little bit on TikTok. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, maybe just find us there. But I mean, I've heard that it's the fastest growing social media right now. I don't know, maybe when this is released, I don't know what it is. But,
I think she's referring to Instagram. But I think there are photographers on YouTube too.
I feel like I should have transitioned to YouTube a lot quicker. Yeah, if I had done it like a year or so ago, it would have probably been better. Finding the right style of content to make for YouTube is important. I don't know, like it's sort of hard to find a balance. Like right now I'm doing tutorials, but like obviously in the future I plan to do more outside travel and stuff like that. It's just harder when you're by yourself.
I think it's fine. Like maybe if you started a year ago you would have flopped, and then like, because I was watching, he had that character where he did like that rap song and he was just like mumbling.
Yeah, okay.
You don't know?
No. I probably do know it if I see it, but like...
So he was on like all these American breakfast radio shows because that thing went viral.
Yeah.
It went kind of crazy viral. Yeah, then they were like, oh, like we don't care about your other characters. We just want to hear that one. And he got kind of cut, and he was like, it's not just that character. He spent his entire life trying to get comfortable in front of the camera and like getting confident enough to talk the way he talks on camera.
Exactly.
So it takes time.
Yeah, everything takes time and build it up and like...
Maybe the right time is now.
Maybe.
Next.
Ben Marriott asks, what would be a dream gig of yours?
Hey Ben, how you going? I'm kind of happy doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah?
Getting paid enough, doing stuff that's pretty fun, get to travel, and then I have enough time to kind of do what I want on the side. Travel to like New York for one day and then I get to hang there for another.
I think there's no like specific gig or specific brand for me, but I think
not anymore. There was
but I think just like working with brands and companies that allow you to share what you love to do. Sean was saying like the Squarespace partnership is like really cool because
the ideal things when it lines up, like that's
all that kind of stuff would be a dream gig, and like I guess you always want to work towards those sorts of gigs.
If I can keep my current lifestyle up, I think that'd be ideal. Like getting paid enough. You work really hard for like a month or two, and then you get to not work for the next 2-3 months and just do whatever you want. And overall, like in a whole year, you probably work like maybe 4 months, 5 months, like straight, and then you get to do whatever you want on the side.
I think just trying to get more money for less work is probably the dream gig. But I guess obviously it takes time, and you got to keep working on it, and like you have to still be active everywhere. You can't just like you still have to work for it. Is my point.
When I'm not working, I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing 5 to 9, which is like a full-time job, and I get to do things I want to do.
Yes. Yeah. Having passion projects. So I think we started 5 to 9 because sort of we had a little bit of downtime.
Yeah.
And it's now become a thing, and it's like it's fun, right?
45-hour weeks. A.my.u. Any advice to your younger self?
I think starting earlier. Always like, if you have an idea, just start it. I think that's sort of, like I said before, like if I had started YouTube a year or 2 years earlier, it would have been like a different story. I don't know if I would have been bigger or not, but like, I think just...
You can't go back in time and like, do YouTube.
Obviously. But I think if you had to say something to yourself right now, like if you have an idea or if you want to do something, I think just go and do it. Because if you don't do it now, if you look a year and ahead and you're like, oh, I should have done it. Even step by step, progress by progress. So just do it. Just start. Like,
get sued by Nike. The same. I think you have a lot of fears and like, I shouldn't start YouTube because of this. And like, you have like,
And we all have that too.
All our friends are going to laugh at us for sure. We vlog. But like, in the end, you have nothing to lose really.
Yeah, and if you really hate it, then you stop doing it. Like, yeah. And if you really hate making YouTube videos, then I think you should.
Like, what annoys me is people who like they talk massive ideas and plans and stuff, and like they do nothing. Yeah. So you just need to put some action in and do stuff.
And if you're like time poor, then try to set yourself a bit of time each week or each day. Like, I'm going to do 15 minutes of this a day, or like an hour of this a week, just to get myself on the path to where I want to be.
I guess some people are in kind of weird situations where they have to like pay child support and whatever, right? But like, I think you really need to love what you do.
Yes.
I think you only live once, which is kind of
you think?
Yeah. Or like, there's religious people who think you like going to heaven, bro. But like, yeah, you've only got like one chance at this. If you don't love what you do and you're sitting behind a desk doing like, say, accounting, and you hate it, right? That's not a way to live life.
Yeah, I agree. Love what you do and try to be the best at what you do as well, I think.
If you were top 3 accountant in the world, if there is something, right? You're the top 3, right? And like, if you don't love it, I feel like even if you're top 3 in the world, which is pretty good, right? You still can't like hit your potential of like what you could be if you did love it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It also really shows in your work if you love something and not love something. Like it shows. I guess this also relates to this question from Sherpa Tenzing Sherpa.
Nice name, bro.
Suggestion to students with money and time limitations, but wants to get ahead of the game. Find your passion. Yeah, it's the same question. Yeah. But like, find your passion and love what you do, and just do it. Like, just get out there and do something rather than do nothing.
Dude, there are like 16-year-olds that are doing better than us.
Yeah, for sure. And like when you look at it, it's like, oh, why weren't we doing this?
What's her name? Fetching Tigers.
Yeah.
She hit 1 million on Instagram and she's like, later guys, I'm done.
I'm doing something else now.
Yeah, she's just like graduated high school.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. Like even
nowhere near 1 million.
Even Nate started his Etsy shop when he was 16. Like it's pretty inspiring to hear that sort of thing. But when we were 16, we were doing sort of nothing. Like, But everyone has their time. Everyone has their own journey. So just focus on your own journey.
I think there are like focused people, and then there's also people who just like are lazy and clueless, and be the focused type.
Yeah.
Just do what you want. Ben Izzard. How do you two combat creative burnout?
I think just like doing something else. Just having a little break and do something else is really good for your creativity. For me, I like take breaks.
Creative burnout specifically is when I think that's a very bad thing, like Sean was talking about.
Yes.
Right? It shouldn't happen.
Yes.
It means you're doing something wrong.
I mean, I think to minimize it, you just do other things. Look for inspiration elsewhere. Travel, watch TV shows, and go to new cafes, eat different foods. It's just like...
Step away from it.
Try different things.
I think, like, I guess I'm not burnt out at the moment. I'm just like in like a down motivation, or like not inspired as much these days. I've seen everything already, and it's kind of like, it's an amazing photo, but I've seen it like 5,000 times. Yeah. It's like, I don't really care anymore. But I need to find new inspiration.
Yeah.
Mehdi_BKHD. How do you manage your travels on the economic aspect?
Go on like those booking.com or like Expedia places and like try to find deals and discounts. That's number one. And I guess everyone has a budget, so work towards what the best you can get under your budget, right? So if you can only afford backpackers or a motel, then that's sort of what you have to do. But if you can afford something a little bit more, then try that. Like, just set yourself... we do.
I just swipe my card and then I don't even look at how much I spent.
No, but like... Obviously, you should like budget, like say you want to spend $2,000 on flights and accommodation, then try to find those sorts of things. When I was a student, I had to go to Venice for exchange, and we had to pay for our own flights to get there. But then the course there was paid for. But like, I was still obviously a student and running low on money, so I booked this flight that like, it was the cheapest thing I could find, and it took me 40 hours to get to Venice. So like, I went to Doha and had like a 9-hour transit. And
sometimes that stuff's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, you need to.
Then I realized at the end of it, it's like, this is not worth it. But like at the time, I was like, I don't have money, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I went to Doha, 9 hours, Milan, a few hours there, and took a train to Venice. So it's like, it took me a while to get there, but you just have to.
Say if you're taking annual leave and you're gonna waste like 3 days traveling there, I think that's not cool.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
You're gonna be tired and then.
Exactly.
But wait up, maybe it is worth it for you.
Yeah, and also like save up for it and like just work towards that sort of thing. Work towards what you want. Yeah.
I think you should have in your mind the stuff that you value most. So if you really like food, then you can put more budget towards that. Yeah. But like, I can get away with doing nothing. I don't have that many kind of need to do things. Yeah. I can just eat 7-Eleven stuff every day. Yeah. For most days. Then like, I'll have a day where I like eat something nicer or whatever. Yeah. But I think for my upcoming travels, I'm trying to book out a whole Airbnb for myself. Yeah. Because I might need to work and I don't want to like, I have camera gear that's expensive, and if I have staying with someone, it disappears or whatever, then that's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
But I've paid quite a bit for accommodation, and depends what's valuable to you.
Yeah. Cabri Sona asks, doing photography alone feels bad. How do you deal with it?
This guy doesn't.
Yeah, so you go. How do you deal with it?
Why is it bad?
I don't know. To him, it feels bad. So how do you deal with it to help him?
I think you need to be comfortable with yourself.
Yep.
You need to be comfortable with yourself enough that you enjoy being in your own company.
If there's a need and an urge for you to go and shoot, I think you should just do it. And I think if you keep doing it and keep doing it, you'll learn to enjoy the time with yourself. Whereas for me, like
regardless if you have people to shoot with, I think you should go shoot by yourself.
Yeah. I did that when I was like starting out. I used to go out walking around the city by myself.
It's definitely more fun with people. You need to get used to being with yourself.
Yeah.
Amina Toba, any tips for someone wanting to start a travel blog?
Like a website one or a YouTube one?
I guess so. Travel blog, BL.
Yeah, then...
I think you need to enjoy writing, for one.
Yes.
But you also should take good photos to match it with the writing.
Yes. Start a website.
Jump on Squarespace.
Squarespace or Wix or whatever, like...
Squarespace.
Program that can... Like get your thing out. There's like in the past there was like Blogspot, like just like whatever you can do.
So I recommend Squarespace because it's the ease. Like you can't customize it that much, but looks good already in my opinion, and it's very easy to use. I think if you start a blog that's hard to use, like you're gonna do it once and never touch it again. So it's important to have like that friction be taken away. Start a blog, learn SEO, search engine optimization. So you need to find out how the internet works to get as much exposure as you can. So one tip for SEO on Google, right? There's a ranking of like how popular and relevant your website is, right?
Yeah.
You need to try and get onto their website and have them backlink you.
Right.
And the more higher ranking websites that backlink you directly, it pushes your ranking up.
Yep.
Because Google thinks that you're more relevant.
But I think also if you're just starting, don't worry about all that stuff. Just get as much content on there as possible, good content. And then
it's something you should think about. Don't just go into it blind.
Yeah. But also like
you can
share it with your friends and family, and like maybe your friends and family will share that to other people. Like just start off small and then it'll grow. I don't think you need to focus on like being the most famous travel blogger in the world. I think you should just focus on making good content first.
Yeah, you say that, but like...
Of course.
I don't agree with that. Because like you can write 1 million articles and 5 people can read on the internet. You don't know how big the internet is in terms of web pages and stuff.
Also,
what's the point of doing that?
You should also be writing about topics that people are interested in that people might Google search, right?
But they're not just going to find it. You need to put effort into SEO. My website has good traction, right? But it took many years for me to kind of build that SEO. And I think the longer the website's been up, like it gives it more authority.
Question from a good mate, Reese Tattersall.
Hey, it's been so long.
He also said, miss you fam.
Yeah. Come on, Reese.
If you could move anywhere tomorrow, where would it be and why?
Brisbane. Nah, sorry. No, thanks.
Tough question. I really love living in Sydney.
I'd go Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo would be an interesting place to live and learn to live there. The only hardest part would probably be the language barrier.
But if you're rich, you just...
Maybe New York. I've never been there, but I'll see.
We'll revisit this topic.
Yeah.
I like New York though.
Yeah, maybe New York. It seems like a really interesting place to live. Very hustle and bustle, very busy, very packed.
Yeah.
My kind of vibe, I think.
The third van. What mistakes have you made in your career that you would have avoided given the chance? Like I say this now, but if I would have just skipped uni.
Right.
Because I studied arts IT and I guess I majored in sociology, so I guess it's kind of related to... It really isn't though. But it's kind of related to what we're facing now with like social media and how society works and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that helped. I say that, but then like maybe that would have shifted me into like...
Something different.
Yeah. So.
I don't know, man. I don't know what mistakes. I mean, I think we all make mistakes and you have to learn from all your mistakes. I mean, for me, it could be like something little, like shooting RAW or like not using Lightroom from the beginning. Luke Nicholas, you guys mention photo agencies in some of your videos. How do you approach these agencies?
So they're not photo agencies, they're just marketing agencies.
Yeah, they're marketing agencies that work with the brands.
Yeah.
So like, for example, Samsung uses an agency that contact all the influencers, I guess, and then there's a middleman. The agency is essentially a middleman. Some
companies do it direct.
Yep.
So they have their in-house marketing, and Nike will contact you directly, or whatever.
Yes.
As an example.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the big brands use agencies because it takes the work off their hands.
Yes.
The agency specializes in it.
Yeah.
And if something happens and goes wrong, they can kind of like, it's the agency's fault.
Yeah. And also like the agencies usually have connections already with like the agencies already know like all these influencers and whatnot. They already built a list, and so they already know.
They have like flight, travel agencies.
But even Nike, right? I started off with the agency first, and then after I worked with a couple of projects with the agency, then they thought just go directly, right? But
I wonder what that situation is like with them. Do they get cut or like?
I don't know. I think it's just depending on the project itself.
Yeah.
Like if they can reach out to you directly and it's more simple that way, then they would. But if they're not, then they would go through agency.
So
but I think how do you approach these agencies? I feel like I don't.
We've never.
Yeah, because we don't know what agencies' names until they reach out to us.
Yeah. So there's all these like kind of acronyms and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what clients they have, and so you can't just be like, I'm gonna go to this agency.
Yeah, because they don't. Yeah, you don't know what clients they run and.
Yeah. If you reach out to brands, sometimes they'll like shift you onto their agency.
Yes.
And you find out the link that way. But
yeah. I don't know. Should we name some of the agencies that we work with?
They're big internationally.
Yeah, I mean, so We Are Social, Edelman, One Green Bean,
OPR,
Wayla, I don't know. There's like lots of different ones that we've worked with, but I think approaching them is quite hard because you don't know, like you said, we don't know what brands they work with. It leads back to focusing on producing good work and good content to the point where the agencies want to reach you.
Like ignoring the whole quality, good work, you keep saying that, but like...
It's true though. I don't know what else to say. Like,
but like it's not very practical is what I'm saying. As advice, I think
there's definitely no formula to making good work. It's just like it's very subjective and like
good is subjective.
Yes.
So I think it's getting your work in front of the right people.
Yep.
And getting invitations to things, and like that's how you get in with agencies.
Yeah.
More than doing good work.
Also, like making friends who are already in with those agencies as well. But
they all know each other.
Genuinely making friends. So, for example, if you were working with Nike and that agency, and they need another photographer, then you could suggest me potentially, and then that's how you can get in with an agency that way too.
Let's just say Nike chooses you for something, right?
Yeah.
They tell their agency, we want to work with this guy.
Yeah.
And then that agency, their client's not only Nike, they have like other...
Yes.
And so potentially they could put you onto other stuff.
Yes. Kilwa Sugoi asks, how do you guys deal with limited storage space? RAWs take up so much space. I think just like get more hard drives.
Like raw photos?
Yeah. I think...
You don't even know. Like wait until you start doing video.
For this kind of answer, then like, I think just try to get as many hard drives as you can, back it up as much as you can. Over time, if you start learning how to do video, you'll probably learn that there's even more storage that you need.
I think for someone coming into this with not much money, like you can't just tell them to get more hard drives.
Well, there are cheaper hard drives out there as well. Like if you buy like an 8 terabyte one or something.
And then they fail. Like I think storage in the grand scheme of things is cheap. Even if you don't have much money, it's definitely worth the investment.
I think it's like weighing it up, right? Like RAWs give you better quality images. Would you rather have better quality images and being able to not lose your files, backing up and all kind of stuff? Like it's all up to you to weigh it up.
To me, storage is cheap.
Yes.
And so I'll just like burst photos, even though I'll use like 1 out of 100 or whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like it's worth it to me.
Yeah, I think, like I said, like you can get one really good hard drive, the SSD that we use, as a working drive, and then you back it up onto cheaper drives. Yeah, as when you're traveling as well, like try to, even if you run out, you can go to a tech store or backing up is important. And
hard drive space is just, in the grand scheme of things, it's cheap. So just don't cheap out on that, and don't have it be like I don't want to shoot slow motion because I don't want to store it.
Yeah, don't think about that as a limitation. Like
you paid like $3,000 for this holiday to go shoot whatever you're shooting.
Might as well just get the best content you can and like
stinge out on hard drives.
Yeah.
Dion Siswati mention some etiquette when dealing with clients and sponsor for commercial works. Some tips, I guess.
Communication is very important, and timeliness of communication is very important. So, like, if you can answer the email,
get to the point.
Yeah, if you can answer the email quickly, even within like the half an hour that they send the email, usually they appreciate that a lot more. It shows that you're proactive and you want to do the job. And
do you always reply your emails like?
Mostly, giving more than what they've asked for. As well, like not always.
What's the saying? So under promise, over deliver. Is that something like?
Oh yeah. Under promise and over deliver. So, I guess because like not only in the deliverables, but also like when you're planning the shoot or conceptualizing the idea, come up with more ideas and come up with ideas that they haven't thought of or whatever. Like and just bring more to the table. I think is a good way to deal with
under promising and over delivering is just like it's an obvious thing to do because like if you do it the other way around, which is over-promising
and under-deliver, then that's bad.
Then they're gonna be like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah. But at the same time, you don't really want to deliver too much, because then they kind of think...
Well, the next time they'll just be like, we want last times for that price, and you're like...
Just give them like 1 or 2 extra shots. Just like, you're not going to be using the shots anyways. Just like whatever your two second best photos or whatever. I think that's okay.
I think my tip is like, you need to put yourself in the marketers or whoever you're dealing with shoes. Don't waste their time and just get to the point and offer them the value.
Yeah.
Don't be like, what are you going to give me? You're like, this is what I can provide you for that. And just think a bit more business minded.
Yeah.
They're doing a job and like, you need to make it easier. Help them achieve their goals.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, if you help them do that, they'll hire you again.
Yes.
Or be happy.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to season 1. Thank you for your questions. We hope that you guys really enjoyed the 15 episodes so far. Like we said, we've got so much more planned and coming up, and not only just podcasts but YouTube videos on top of that.
Yeah.
And we're excited.
Season 2,
hopefully. There's no set date yet. Well, it's definitely going to be in maybe a couple of months.
Plan it out, because like, we'll let you know when the release dates are, because we've been kind of whatever.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and hit the bell if you can. And if you're listening on iTunes and Spotify, give us a rating and follow us there. You can find us online at Ichban and at Demas. See you guys next season or in the next YouTube video.
Check out our YouTube channel, because there's going to be content in between season 1 and 2. So.
Which should be coming soon. The next few YouTube videos on our channel will be coming very soon. Alright, bye!